I feel that they are building a parallel financial market, a virtual financial market in parallel. That's different, so different from the financial market and infrastructure we currently operate in. So I get that aha moment. I think this is really amazing. And these people are going to potentially disrupt this side of the world with this side probably not even noticing.
Thank you for doing this.
Thank you for having me here.
Yes. To start with, can you please tell me your name and what you do?
Okay. So I'm Cynthia Wu. I'm a co-founder and CEO of Matrixport. So Matrixport is founded by Jihan Wu and Zheng Ge and a few other partners back in 2019. So we are Asia's largest crypto financial services provider, covering custody, asset management, brokerage, and also real-world asset tokenization.
Very cool. We'll get into Matrixport more, but I want to start with your history.
Yep.
Can you tell me kind of the path that you took
Yep.
To what you're doing today?
Sure.
Yeah.
So my first job is a commodity trader here in Hong Kong, trading physical commodities. Then I moved on to capital market. So I joined the HKEX and been there for 6 years. And I personally discovered the crypto in 2017. That was an ICO boom. So
Yes.
I didn't really invest into a lot of ICOs, but it's the idea of decentralization and the open economy that draw my attention. I feel that this is really a technology-enabled social movements. I feel that could really change our society and how humans collaborate with each other and build productivity across in a decentralized way at large scale. So I think I was very excited. I want to be part of it. I don't know where it lead me to, but I think this is going to have a really long and profound change of our society. So I was starting looking for opportunities since I get ignited.
Right.
And then I met Jihan in 2018, and he has this idea of building crypto financial services back then, because if you look back at that time, there was mainly only mining. There's a couple of exchanges. There's a couple of self-custodial wallets and also some innovative layer ones. But there's a genuine lack of financial services back then. But if this new asset class is going to take over the world, then there will be like hundreds of million people invest into it. You need a better infrastructure, better products, and better services. So that's how this idea of setting up this company came about.
Very cool. All right. So I have some follow-up questions. I have 3 follow-up questions, actually. You became aware of it really in 2017?
Yes.
And you had like a traditional finance background.
Yes.
Were you suspicious of it at first? Because I can imagine it being like, is this real? Is this?
Actually not.
Really?
For most of the people, they probably, with travel background, they probably were on the suspicious, skeptical side at the first. But for me, it's actually a very different journey. When I first came to know about this concept, I came through this concept during a dinner time with a friend of mine who actually used to work at Bitmain. So she taught me about this. And the time I learned about Bitcoin, of course, it's about Bitcoin, right? Because it's mining. And I feel that they are building a parallel financial market, a virtual financial market in parallel. That's different, so different from the financial market and infrastructure we currently operate in. So I get that aha moment. I think this is really amazing. And these people are going to potentially disrupt this side of the world with this side probably not even noticing, right?
Wow.
So that was this aha moment that get me into this rabbit hole. And I start to look at it seriously and study about the technology and blockchain behind it. And then find that this really could be a technology and a trend that's going to change the world.
Very cool.
Yeah.
You must be very open-minded in general.
Yeah, I can't describe to you how excited I get is after I learn about this. In the coming 4 months, I only think about this. Even during my daytime job, it's crazy.
Yeah. All right. So then you met
Jihan
in 2018.
Yes.
That one must have been the bear market. Like the market started to crash at that time.
At the end of the bull market.
Okay.
End of the bull run. And in a couple of months, we're going to experience a serious winter.
Okay. Yeah. But then once the bear market really starts to get underway, did you have any doubts at that point? Like, oh God, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? Because the market really took a dive there?
Of course, this happened all of a sudden, right? No one expected that. It's really, it's like a abrupt end of something really, overwhelming into a very, I guess, crypto winter type of market situation. Bitcoin was back to 3,000. And at that time, we just started this company. So
Exactly.
it's very hard to hire people, hard to convince people to join this industry at that point of time.
Oh, yeah.
And also it's a time that we fundraise and we kind of, we need a little bit more confidence in it. So it was not a very easy start, but I think it does not really scare me off because I think I joined this industry because I already kind of prepared for the uncertainty, and I know this is going to take a few cycles. There are going to be bumpy roads ahead of us, but the long term doesn't change. The direction doesn't change. Yeah. And this is the opportunity for us to build at a low point of time. And so in hindsight, maybe it's a good entry point. And
it's a perfect entry point.
Yeah, it was a very good entry point.
Yeah. It makes sure that all those early employees are really dedicated, right?
Yeah.
Because you have to be to join at that time.
It wash out the non-believers.
Exactly. Also, great time to buy, right? That's the time to buy, for sure. So I mean, in retrospect. Okay, and then my last question about this crypto financial services.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah. Maybe I can tell you a little bit about our name.
Okay.
The first time you heard about Matrixport, what do you think of?
Honestly, I thought it was about the Matrix, right? Like, I mean, because I'm, whatever, I'm a nerd. So
you get that.
Yeah.
That was actually one of the reasons.
Okay.
Because I think Jihan liked the movie Matrix. And Matrix is the future world, right? It's a virtual world.
Yeah.
Port is a connector.
Right.
So we think of, exactly, it's a gateway. So we actually think of us as a gateway to usher a lot of people, investors into the future world where there's a lot of the assets going to be transferred, discovered, issued, traded, settled on chain.
Right. So
that's how we identify ourselves with. And this is what we do as well. So you can look at our services. It's really end-to-end the crypto financial services that help people with on-ramp into the digital world, on-ramp, off-ramp services, that OTC services. And when people get into the space, having stablecoin and Bitcoin and Ethereum, they probably want to trade it, right? So we give them brokerage services. They can trade on different exchanges. They can trade into other assets, and they might want to borrow and lend. They might pledgelize their coins with us and to borrow capital from us. So that's lending services. And they might want to get into yields, right? So we offer a wide spectrum of crypto yield products, right? From fixed income to structured products to active managed strategies. So this is what we do. And then we realize that, okay, this infrastructure is not just about crypto native assets. It's about embracing and bridging the two worlds, right? So eventually we're talking about RWA. We're talking about moving more assets, traffic assets to on-chain. So we tokenize US Treasury bill. We tokenize even physical bullion, the gold bars.
Oh, wow.
And bring that on-chain because as more investors and capital exist on this new financial infrastructure, that they will want to have access to other asset classes as well in a tokenized form. So this summarizes what we do.
So are most of your users or most of your customers, are they people who are usually in traditional finance? They have a presence in traditional finance, like through equities or sovereign bonds and stuff like that. But they want to make their way into the digital space.
Actually, that's part of it. But actually, we already exist for 6.5 years. So throughout our journey, we different users embark on the journey with us. So at the beginning, because of our legacy, we had a lot of minor clients.
Oh, right? Really?
Yeah, because we were a spin-off from Bitmain.
Right.
Jihan is
Gotcha.
the one of Bitmain. So the first cohort of users is Asian miners, right?
Right.
They are the natives of the natives.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, absolutely.
Yeah. And then after the initial users start to work with us, the second phase is more like the institutionalization of the crypto space, right? So there's the emergence of more exchanges. Exchanges are getting bigger. There's more VC, right? Crypto VC. There's more crypto hedge fund, there's more crypto projects. So we call it that institutional players in the crypto space. They are crypto native institutions. So we work with them as well. And then I think the most recent 18 months, especially since the launch of the ETF, we're seeing a lot of new users, first-time users from the TradFi world, the traditional high net worth individuals, the family offices, the TradFi institutions. So we're going through these stages as we witness how, almost like we witness how this industry become more institutionalized.
Oh, that's so interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so for most of the history of the company, you've been catering to crypto native
Yes.
people.
Real crypto native.
Yeah. You've been providing like financial services.
Crypto whales.
Right. Yeah. And that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And the miners.
Yeah.
In that first phase, what did they want mostly? What kind of financial services did they want mostly?
Sure. Actually, we provide our initial offerings when we first launched our service back in 2019. Really is to answer what they need. Back then, they need a few things. One, they need to sell some coins, right? Because they need to pay for electricity, they need to buy. So there's OTC off-ramp needs. Right. That's a very regular needs, right? They need to take leverages. They have coins. They don't have money sometimes. So they want to pledge your coins with us and borrow stablecoin from us to further expand their operation or pay for electricity bills. So that's a borrowing and lending services.
Right.
And third, they might want to accumulate more coins, right? They might want to sell some options, accumulate more coins. So, and they also want the custody if they really care about the security. Of course, they can use the sub-custodial, wallets, but if they are running a business, if they are running a mining pool business, if they are collaborating, they're sending coins to a big bunch of people, then they need an enterprise-grade custodian service. So that's our initial offering. It's really to answer what they need, and then we evolve from there.
Yeah, that's surprising to me. But I mean, it makes perfect sense that miners. I mean, of course, miners would need that. That's not their business.
Yes.
Right. Their business is the mining, and then they would hire somebody to help with that.
Yeah.
So TradFi now, like more traditional players have come in recently.
Yes.
What are they wanting that's different from like the crypto natives, or are they wanting the same kind of services?
I think they want a couple of things. They are, I think since the launch of the ETFs, this concept of asset allocation into this new asset class become viable. Yeah. And before that, you were like, okay, we still need to build a case. And now there is a case. It's not a question of whether, it's a question of when and how.
Yeah.
So when you talk to this traditional people, either it's family offices, single family offices, or multi-family offices, or asset managers, or high net worth, they start to have this concept of, I need to allocate maybe a small part of my wealth into this asset class. Then the next question is that, what do you want from this allocation? Is it for diversification? You just need a little bit of market beta. Yeah. If that's the case, you buy coin, you buy ETF, right? Just get that pure beta exposure. Yeah. Some of them actually look at it as a way of additional yield because there's a higher volatility and naturally higher yield coming from this space.
Right.
Some of them is looking at both beta and alpha. They want to invest into like market neutral trading strategies. They want to get into staking. They want to get the fixed income returns that come in from this industry, which is higher than what they can get from the treasury bill, right? Yeah. So they are looking at this additional alpha they can get from this industry. So I think we have investors with both perspectives.
Do they want access to investments?
What kind of, you mean primary market investment?
Like, so for example, like early stage investing into the crypto space.
Yes. I think in the last cycle, in 2021 cycle, a lot of this family office got into VC investments. So they become an LP of some VC.
I see.
But not all VC did well.
No, they did not.
Exactly. Yeah. So in this cycle, they probably haven't exited from the last cycle's investments.
I see.
And they probably want something more liquid.
I see.
More liquid stuff means quantitative trading strategies, maybe a little bit of structured products, maybe
liquid tokens,
right? Maybe liquid token exposures where they can sell when they want, and maybe some exposure to this digital asset treasury companies. Yeah. So I think now people are tilting towards moving towards a little bit more liquid stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know just from the VC side, a big difference from last cycle to this cycle. VCs that were able to make the pivot from just doing early stage to doing early stage plus liquid tokens.
Are doing better.
Way better. Exactly. Way better. The VCs that have won the biggest are the ones that even if they didn't have experience doing liquid tokens, they tried it out and they've done way better. Yeah.
Yes.
Do you see that these new from these like traditional players, are they wanting mostly Bitcoin or are they going out on the risk curve to other tokens?
They typically start from the belief of because Bitcoin still have the most widest consensus, so they typically start from their understanding of Bitcoin. But then, of course, they want additional alpha. They know that Bitcoin is already too consensus based, right? They need something that's a little bit edgy, a little bit up and coming. So Ethereum is another one they're looking at. Solana potentially. So it's quite popular in Asia as well.
Right.
A lot of adoptions of Solana is from Asia. So these three are definitely the top three. And of course, there's some of them might go to some even more altcoin category.
Right. Yeah. Are most of your customers based in Asia?
I will say 70-80% of them is APAC based, but we are also growing outside of Asia. So last year we acquired a Swiss schema regulated asset management company called the Crypto Finance Asset Management. They've been around doing fund management for I think 6 years. And now we acquired the rebranding to Matrixport Asset Management. And we want to launch some exciting project or product that very cool as well. Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, so let's look at just briefly for the next 2 or 3 years. Where do you think Matrixport's biggest growth opportunities are?
I think Asia is still our home base. So we, over the years, over the cycles, luckily we have been in this for 2 and 3 cycles here, and being able to stand through the cycles with robust asset risk management definitely help with your brand.
Yeah.
Elevated brand equity, more trust. So I think we continue to grow, and since Hong Kong and Singapore is getting more license, so we are actually obtaining relevant licenses here in Hong Kong and also in Singapore. So we want to further grow here, and also, like I said, grow beyond the region. Right, in Europe, want to distribute products, launch new products that would suit the European market as well. And we do have a plan to go public soon, right? Hopefully next year. So we are also looking at those capital market opportunities and hope to opt in at the right timing.
Right. Going public in Hong Kong.
We are still...
You decided.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, we're still deciding.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But in terms of verticals, where do you think Matrixport is going to have the biggest growth opportunities? Is it going to be like RWAs? Is it going to be like in custody? Is it going to be in yields? Do you have any sense of where do you think the biggest growth opportunity is?
Yeah, I think like I said, the people's financial demand is really comprehensive needs, right? They don't just do one thing, right?
Yeah.
Once they get onto the space through OTC services, it might be custodizing. They definitely want to trade from time to time. They definitely want to earn yield, right? So I think it's really growing in all these facets, right? Or in all these product offerings. So I think it's more about what we really think is really what is driving the core of our growth. First, it definitely is the security, the trust and security.
Yeah.
We may not be the most aggressively expanding companies when time is right, when time is good, but we want to be the one who actually lasts the longest.
Yes.
So in financial industry, you know that as long as you can stand through different cycles, it's hard not to be big.
Yeah.
The point is really on the user's trust and also the security. So that's really the core of it. And on top of the core, you need to offer competitive product offerings. That often comes with product innovation. Are you the most innovative product offering in the market?
Yeah.
That's where we continue to do very well. So we do structured products. We do RWA. We bring the gold on, physical bullion on chain, right? So that's where you can always innovate with a lot of products. And I think lastly is really the expansion, global expansion. Of course, regulation help with that. And I think we are now luckily in a very favorable regulatory environment. And from there, we can grow faster. There's a tailwind that we could grow along with it. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of expansion, I haven't heard you mention Korea or Japan. Do you have a presence there? Do you have customers bases there, or is it more like Southeast Asia?
We are primarily based in Southeast Asia and also Greater China. Not really yet into the niche market of Japan and Korea.
Yeah.
I think we do not exclude the possibility of going there, but it's a very different market dynamics.
Yeah. Is that just because, like, I know I live in Japan, and it's famously insular, right? Like very, there's a lot of friction for non-Japanese companies to come to Japan. Is that it? Is that the rub mostly? See, Korea too. Korea, I've heard is.
I think a little bit. These two economies, maybe due to their own language and culture background, is a little bit more close than Hong Kong and Singapore, where everyone can speak English and understand each other. So you do need a little bit of local, I guess, the roots or background to be able to not only get the license, but able to really get the users, get the trust, and be able to operate successful business.
Exactly.
So there are several hurdles to overcome.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're at Bitcoin Asia in Hong Kong. It's a great conference. But I was at the Bitcoin conference in Las Vegas earlier this year. And to my mind, I would say this year, the focus was really on America because of all the regulatory changes, the change in kind of the U.S. president administration, big change in kind of acceptance of crypto. Yeah. And so in the news, definitely the focus has been on America. I'm wondering, have you seen like a kind of business focus shift towards America? Or is APAC still kind of getting good growth? Have companies and projects pivoted to focus more on America, or is there still a lot of big activity here?
Yeah, I think definitely a lot of things has been happening in the United States. The passing of the stablecoin bill and also the shaping of the project crypto that's going to help shape the landscape a lot better. And other jurisdiction and regulator is closely watching that, so they could really take close reference to what U.S. has been done. So I think the changes will happen at a very fast pace around the globe across all the financial markets. Hong Kong is one of, and also Asia's largest financial market. I think here you have a very deep financial capital market, and you have very favorable capital gain treatments. So all that would benefit from a major adoption of the digital asset in this space as well. So we are seeing the launch of ETFs here. We are seeing the regulation by the SEC of the VTP, virtual asset trading platforms, which is the exchanges, small exchanges.
Oh, okay.
Get regulated in Hong Kong. They already passed granted 11 licenses. There will be a few more licenses to grant. So they will start to regulate the exchange trading in Hong Kong. And soon next year, there's the two possible regulation coming in place, which is the VA, virtual asset OTC services, and the virtual asset custodian services. So you can see that the SFC here in Hong Kong has been quite, I would say, progressive. They are take step by step, right? Start from something simple and gradually cover more regulatory activities, and eventually could go into more sophisticated products and services as well. And also, you are seeing the proliferation of PAT in Hong Kong as well, because it's an active equity market anyway, right? So there's the Boya
Moon right over there.
Yeah, Moon Inc. I just talked to their COO. And the Boya Interactive and a few other like parting ones. I think you are going to see a a wave of like DATs mushrooming in Hong Kong market as well. So I think all this will help raise awareness and the understanding of digital asset of the mass public.
So net positive. All the attention to America is still net positive for everybody else. So I just was at WebEx, and for me, this is an extra question. So, but it just tied into this a little bit.
Sure.
Stable coins.
Yeah.
Everything was about stable coins, from like Arthur Hayes's keynote to pretty much everyone we talked to, stablecoin. But they were all US dollar denominated stable coins. Do you think like the Hong Kong government is worried about this kind of push towards US dollar denominated stable coins? Because to my mind, I think Asian governments would be. I think Japan is, for example.
I think in Hong Kong is also launching the stablecoin initiative.
Yeah, I heard about
new grant a few licenses. I don't know how many, but a few licenses for sure will be granted to different applicants. Here at Hong Kong, I think they are trying to get a stablecoin that issued on G7 currencies. So not only US dollar, not only CNH, not only Hong Kong dollar. If you want to do a Euro stablecoin, I think that's possible as well in Hong Kong. So the thing is that with the adoption, at the end of the day, they will look at, okay, not only the products or not only the assets that's backing the product, but also the adoption, where the use cases.
Yeah.
Is it in payment? Is it in cross-border settlement? Is it in daily usage of our daily life, right? Buying groceries and paying for coffee, right? So you gotta have some use cases when you apply for the license. So I think this is something we are seeing right now in Hong Kong. Yeah.
Okay. I just want to talk about Hong Kong's place in Asia.
Yeah.
Can you summarize kind of crypto adoption, crypto acceptance within Hong Kong compared to other kind of Asian hotspots like Singapore, and then other regions like, I don't know, Dubai, and then America? How would you rank Hong Kong and versus those?
So adoption, not just regulation.
Not just regulation, the whole package.
Right.
Yeah, from your perspective.
Right. Okay. I think I've been living in Hong Kong for 16 years, almost a local now. So I think I can talk about that. Hong Kong has 8 million population. And what I have came across that Hong Kong has always been a trade center and a global financial market. So that means most of these 8 million people, they are quite financial savvy compared to
interesting.
some other cities in general. Right? They are already very savvy in trading global markets equities, right? But trading bonds, trading FX, or trading like even warrants, right? It's a derivative, but in Hong Kong it's kind of popular, right? So I think in terms of the financial savviness, financial literacy, it's there, right? And now it's a new asset class being emerged into this financial market, and a lot of the financial services being provided around it. So in terms of that, I don't think it's too much a hurdle for them to overcome to understand this. It's really about the gradual adoption, about the regulation, right? About putting more investor protection so people feel comfortable and learn about it and really put their money into this asset class. I think this is happening in a very gradual way in Hong Kong. And Hong Kong does not only have this 8 million population, they also have a lot of overseas Chinese capital. It's still the largest overseas Chinese capital reservoir in the world. So this money that's coming out of China for all the reasons stays in Hong Kong, right? All the people who control this wealth stay in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the market where you can project it to a lot of other overseas Chinese users, capital.
Yeah.
So I think Hong Kong still, one of the most promising capital market, and also one of the forefronts coming to this new asset class. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that makes a lot of sense. I think I've heard from other speakers and a lot of like founders who work in Asia, but even outside of Asia. Asia is where all the actual real users are for crypto, right? Like America represents a huge percentage of the buying of spot crypto assets. I think the largest single nation, but no actual usage, right? Like they're using it for store of value or things like that. But Asia is where crypto is actually being used. So that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. A
All
lot
right,
of
no, go ahead.
retail adoptions in Asia. Yeah.
Yeah. We briefly talked about like these Bitcoin digital asset treasury companies. I've just been asking everybody this. What are your thoughts on this? Do you think this is going to be like a sustained strategy, or is it kind of more of a brief narrative that will kind of build up and create a lot of euphoria and then crash? Or are we going to see this kind of become just a part of crypto moving forward?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think if you want a pure beta explorer of Bitcoin or another coin, you just get into the buying coin itself or invest into ETF, right? Which charge you a small fee. But I think most of people will actually get themselves into the DAT shares is the people who actually looking to get amplified yield from the corporate actions that this company does. They offer ATM at a higher, like at a premium of their NAV, right? And they raise money from the public and start to store, accumulate coins, and then, maybe when market, maybe when market is not good, they can buy up other companies with trading at the discount of their NAV, right?
Exactly. Yeah,
so it's basically as good as buying coins at a discount. So I think there definitely will be appetite. And definitely, there is a user case and value proposition for this offering. But I don't think everyone would be an equal successor in this game. I think there will be I don't think it's a winner take all, but maybe there's a few winners in each market, but it's not for everyone because there's a limited amount of capital, limited amount of user attention, right? You need a godfather type of people who help educate the market and win their mind share so that they will invest into your DAT, not the other DAT.
Yeah.
So I think that's why we have been seeing successful company like MicroStrategy, but will every upcoming company be as successful as them? I don't think so. And also the cost of building your inventory, right? MicroStrategy started building their inventory back in 2020 or 20.
Yeah, it's about 5 years. Yeah.
Yeah. So the cost curve is different, right? Now if you are building at this like all-time high level, I think the safety margin is a lot lower for them. Yeah.
Yeah, but are you worried about this as a potential point of too much leverage in the system?
I think leverage is leverage. You can't go unlimited leverage. I mean, that's a risky thing to do in any financial market, right? You can't have unlimited that. So I think this does add a little bit of risk to the market.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for your time and the questions. Yeah.
All right, we're done.